Given that we have been trapped in our homes for the last several years, unable to leave due to the virus, the normal life of owning a house, staying in one area for roughly 20 years, and getting old in the same place seems to be a thing of the past. And it appears that a new era is upon us, one in which you break free from the matrix and stop living paycheck to paycheck, yearning for the day when everything would come to an end. And with this beautiful pair, Trent and Allie, they demonstrate that everything is possible in life. We're not sure about you, but we find it pretty encouraging to witness happy couples live their lives with independence. So today, we're going to take a look at Trent and Allie's biography and their lifestyle. But don't forget to stay around until the end of the video because we'll be talking about their net worth. Upon embarking on their journey, the first thing they decided on was that they would have to thrift everything, which is not as simple as it seems when you are strapped for cash. The realization that they would have to be resourceful with the limited amount of money was very difficult for them both. In particular, considering that all they wanted was to get out of the rat race and earn enough money to be able to do it all together. Perhaps most of us had the crazy go wild windmill side when we were younger and lived in a strange place. But putting that side aside and really doing it is another story. They are both artistic, they like art and travel, which is wonderful, but it also requires financial investment. The differences between Trent and Allie are that Trent is a self-taught craftsman with boundless problem-solving abilities, while Allie is a globe traveler who enjoys immersing herself in many languages, nations, cuisines, and communities. Nonetheless, Trent and Allie were the only ones present for a time. In contrast, Trent and Allie have welcomed new members into their homes. Leo, their gorgeous baby boy, comes in at number 1, while Lika, their second dog, comes in at number 2. Because of the simplicity of their life and the manner in which they cope with ordinary challenges, their audience finds inspiration in them. The truth is that there are many individuals who would love to be able to achieve just that, but they lack the necessary time or financial resources to do it. So we believe it is refreshing for them to live vicariously through them. And who wouldn't? They are, after all, both immensely likable and marked regular. And Lika is the cutest dog in the world. So, how did Trent and Allie get their starts in the van life of their dreams? In an interview, Trent expressed his desire to get out and travel around the country, mountain climbing, and mountain biking. And he expressed his frustration with having to set up a tent every time they had to travel. Trent also expressed their desire to get out and travel around the country, and as we all know, cooking in the dirt is hardly the most sanitary option. At the time, purchasing a camper was too costly, so they opted to modify their van themselves and move in with their children and other family members. But before we go too far into the video, let us give you some background information about Trent and Allie. So, we would be starting with Trent. Trent, who is originally from Salt Lake City, UT, loves life to the fullest and wears his heart on his sleeve. Trent is an adrenaline junkie who has a history of racing fast cars and motorcycles. His love of nature and a keen eye for photography has led him to the mountains, where he enjoys mountain biking on tight single track, climbing rocky peaks, and snowboarding. He believes in the adage that adventure is incomplete without a little roughing it, and he would happily sleep in a tent if it meant being able to embark on that once-in-a-lifetime journey. Trent is also a parent, and he likes riding his bike with his kid. As we know, being a parent alters one's outlook on life and makes it possible to appreciate the vastness of the world for the first time. A more patient, persistent, and inventive person as a result of his son's influence on him. In his spare time, Trent enjoys spending time with his family and doing things he loves like hiking, bicycling, paddling, and camping. Before we get into how they met, let's take a look at Allie. She is originally from Washington, D.C., but has lived all over the world and in the United States, bouncing about Europe, residing in France, and settling in Bozeman, Montana, until a job transfer brought her to Salt Lake City. Last year, Allie gave birth to her first child. For Allie, a yoga instructor, trail runner, painter, and chocolate chip cookie baker, new adventures are always on the horizon, whether they be by the coast, in the mountains, or on the road. When she appears in their videos, she seems to be quite energetic, with a smile on her face practically every time. She appears to brighten up the room whenever she enters it. And it is clear from the videos that she is also a bit of a thrill junkie. This couple's love story is what we would characterize as how Romeo and Juliet would have met if they had both been born in the 21st century. chemistry. The pair originally met on a dating app and they have both been together since. The most important reason they met was that they both had a common passion for traveling. In the year 2017, they embarked on a road trip to Canada, which was the first time they had traveled together. Trent began posting mountain bike videos to his YouTube account in June of 2017 and has since expanded his content. Their YouTube channel has more than 440,000 subscribers and has had more than 85 million views in total, while their Instagram account has more than 70,000 followers. They have been posting pictures, clips, adventures, and travel stories to an active YouTube and Instagram presence. On their YouTube community page, the pair announced that they were engaged and had a 2-hour live celebration, demonstrating how much they care about their fans and are willing to share their lives with them. This method has drawn a large segment of their fans who, as one of the commentators wrote, "Allie is glowing and I love it. Congratulations, you guys. You are such awesome people and deserve all the happiness in the world." Until recently, it was just the two of them and their adorable dog, Frank, a blue heeler mix. If it hadn't been for them adopting him into their family, he would have been working on a cattle ranch in Utah herding cattle. Trent and Allie describe him as a loving, feisty, and devoted puppy that enjoys exploring, frisbee, swimming, and licking food off the floor. All of Frank's attributes make them even more in love with him, and they consider themselves very fortunate to have Frank in their life. On March 22, 2021, they uploaded a video entitled "We Did Something Crazy" on their YouTube channel. They said in the video that they were interested in adding a new member to their family and that they just wanted to visit the puppy. But when they arrived, it seemed that they fell in love with her and that they choose to adopt her. It was at that point when Lika became a member of their family. The German Shepherd mix, who was around 10 weeks old at the time of her adoption, is really gentle and adorable. And we have to admit that she is a wonderful gem. We can tell she is a pleasant dog to have around the house. They documented their pregnancy journey online. So when they released a video stating that Allie was in the hospital, it drew the attention of their fans. Allie had to give birth prematurely, which is when the final member of their family arrived, which was Leo, their lovely newborn boy. They used their channels to demonstrate the processes they took in constructing the home, as well as the difficulties they encountered and their lovely family. Okay, if you've made it this far, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel so that you can see more content like this in the future. It's understandable that you would be curious about Trent and Allie's net worth, but no one else except Trent and Allie can say for certain. But let's go through what we do know thus far. As we all know, Trent and Allie have a variety of sources of income. However, we will be concentrating on Patreon and YouTube. Patreon and YouTube are two of the most popular income sources for influencers. But even with all of this, it's difficult to predict how much money they make. Sponsorship deals, affiliate commissions, and merch sales are all potential income streams that may provide much more cash than ads. Trent and Allie have a total of 1,466 supporters on Patreon, so we can estimate that Trent and Allie are making between $1,500 and $17,500 every month from Patreon simply from that. On the other hand, with a channel as large as theirs, they are predicted to earn $196,000 per year on a low estimate. If Trent and Allie earn at the top end of the scale, advertising income might produce more than $300,000 in a single year. So, what did you think of Trent and Allie's beautiful life? Do you think you could live in a van like them? Let us know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video on the BB Star channel, you should check out our other video on the Life Uncontained Biography, Lifestyle and Net Worth 2022. See you next time.